Hello everyone. In this session, we will build a RESTful API in Python Django framework with the help of GitHub Copilot. We will create a simple REST API to get user details and post the user details. And for the database, we'll be using MongoDB. So let us begin this session by first setting up the environment. So you can open the command prompt and go to the directory where you want to create this project. So first we need to install the dependencies, and the first dependency we'll be installing is Django. So for this, use this command pip install Django, and it should install it for you. Since I have already installed the dependency, it is showing the requirement already satisfied. And for the database, as we are using MongoDB, so we need to install a dependency called Jongo, which helps us to manage the connection between the backend and the database. So to install the Jongo database, you can use the command pip install Jongo, Dgongo, and it should install it. And finally, since we are creating a REST API, we need to install a dependency called REST framework. So to install the dependency, use this command pip install Django Django REST framework, and this should install this dependency. So now we are done with the installing the dependencies. So next we need to create a Django project. So to create a Django project, use the command Django -admin start project, and give the name of the project which you want. So for this demo, we will be giving my project as the file name, and the project has now been created. So you can go to the project directory, cd project, sorry, my project, and you are now inside the my project folder. So now we need to install the app. So like you can, to install a new app, like you can use this command python manage.py start app, and give the name of the app which you want. So you can give my app, and this should install an app for us. So now we are done with setting up the environment. We can now open the VS Code, and as you can see, the project has been initialized and my app has also been created. So first, let us begin creating our REST API by configuring the MongoDB database. So for this, go to the My Project folder and go to the settings.py file. So over here, scroll down until you find the databases, and you can remove the default one, and we'll be adding our MongoDB. So give a comment MongoDB, and Copilot should generate the boilerplate code which is required for the connection. This should be fine. You can close the bracket. So while you're here, scroll up until you find this install tabs, and here in the install tabs, we need to specify all the apps which you have created, and also any dependencies if you have installed, you need to specify them over here. So let us do that. So we have created a my app, and for the dependencies we have installed Django and REST framework. So now we can save this file, and now we need to create a model. So for that, you can go to my app and open the models.py file. So here we'll be defining our model. So here, instead of importing the models from Django.db, we'll import it from Django. So all the properties which are there inside the models of Django.db are present in Django. The advantage we get here is you will get a few more functions to like manage the connection between the database and the models. Like for example, automatically creating a random ID. So you can give a comment, create user model, and it should create a model for us. So for the demo, I'm using name, email, and password uh, for the model, but if you want anything more, you can add them. And we also need to add an ID variable, so we can use the models.objectID field to create a random ID for us. So now we have created a model, so next we need to create views. So go to the views.py file, and here we need to define our views. So first we need to import some dependencies like from REST framework views. We need to, sorry, REST.framework.views. We need to import APIView. Next, we need to import this response, and we also need to import the serializer. So from dot serializers, import user serializer, and also model we need to import. So now we can create the user view. So as you can see, Copilot has generated that already for us, and we have got the get request and post request. So we have created the views now, so we can move to the serializer. So as you can see, we have imported user serializers from .serializers, but we have not created the serializers file. So for that, you can create a new serializers and inside the myapp folder only. So serializers.py, and in here you from REST framework import serializers, and from model import the models. User serializer dot instead of importing a serializer, we will import model serializer. So this should be good. And underneath it, meta, and all the variables which we have declared in our model. So now that we have created models and views, we can go to the URLs file inside the my project folder um, to create the API URLs which we'll be using. So we can go to the urls.py, and here import the views. So from my app views, import the user view, and inside the path you can add the user's path. So that should be sufficient. Now we can go to the command prompt, and to run the development server, use this command python manage.py run server, and it should run our backend server. So as you can see, our server is now running successfully. So to make the API calls, you can use this URL, and you can open the Postman and type the URL 127.0.0.1 colon 8000 slash users, and if you make a get request, so yeah, as you can see, we have made the get request. So I have already added some users previously, so you can see them now. And to make the post request, you can use the same URL, but at the end give a slash. So this makes sure that the Django knows that we are making a post request. uh, so in the body you can give the name, email and password, and we'll make a send. So yeah, as you can see, we have added the a user to our database, and to check that once, we'll go to the git and see. Yeah, and as you can see, we have added the Sara user. So yeah, that's it from this session. Thank you all.